It's interesting here in the last few weeks since the mauling of the Democrats by Donald Trump, they're sitting around and they're talking and thinking, well, what can we do with this? And how do we do that? What do you do moving forward? And what went wrong? And, they're doing what's lovingly referred to as the autopsy. There's one little clip, however, I'd like to show you because it's so preposterous what they're talking about that, you just got to see it. So this is on election night. It's on MSNBC's coverage. It's Jen Psaki. Remember her? She was Biden's White House press spokesman, sir, her, it, whatever. And red hair. People called her Peppermint Patty. She was famous for saying, I'll circle back with that. I circle back to you. Yeah, no, and she never did. So she's now got a job at MSNBC. Shock. And she's sitting here with this panel moments away from Trump being declared the winner. And they're talking about kind of what went wrong and how awful this is and everything. So this is about a little over a minute. Take a look at it and we'll talk about it as soon as we get back.
You have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now has could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office. You have, to your point, the way people are receiving information. There are platforms that many people have never even heard of that are massive communicators to voters, including Telegram,
on the stage tonight, during the acceptance speech, they shouted out the Nelk Boys, Theo Von, Joe Rogan. There was one other one. I'm sure folks have heard about Joe Rogan, but a couple of those other ones that Trump, Aiden Ross, that Trump did interviews with, niche outlets, but have huge audiences. And a lot of the people, not everybody, but a lot of people that are consuming those kinds of news environments aren't. It's not like, to your point, how it's not 2010. It's not like they're then watching the nightly news.
Right.
They're not watching Lester at night.
Right.
No offense to Lester. Right. You know what I mean? They're in their own bubble. And that's the majority of the news that they're consuming. And it is going to be incumbent on Democrats and it's kind of funny that the Nelk Boys got mentioned in the acceptance speech tonight, I guess. But you also have to take this seriously and figure out how to talk to those people and how to have a message for those young men, because the Democrats do have a message for the young men, but a lot of times they weren't really trying to offer one.
Yeah, I think it's funny. First of all, let's sort of go back, reverse engineering this here. What was the Democrats' message to young men? Certainly young black men. The message was, if you don't vote for Kamala, you're a misogynist. You just have a problem with, voting for a woman. No, I have a problem voting for that woman. There's a condescension. You can even see it sort of oozing out of their pores there. So on the end of that little clip, we definitely have a message for, young men. We just didn't do a good job delivering it. We didn't get really what to offer. Okay. But you go to the front of that clip and there she is calling Elon Musk, Jen Psaki, a propagandist, conspiracist, whatever. Do you know how many young men follow him? He's kind of like a Jordan Peterson of kind of the geek, techno crypto world sort of thing. You're insulting all of those young guys who like Elon Musk. They like the space rocket program. They think Teslas are kind of cool, although they can't afford them. And they're into that world of stuff. And you're just insulting them, calling the guy that, by the way, who was the richest man in the history of the world. His total earnings or net worth just exceeded $400 billion. That gets young guys' attention. So to insult that guy and call him names and all of this, what's the point of all of this? They are so ridiculously out of touch. What was Kamala's message at the end? Kill babies. Trump sucks. He's Hitler. He's a fascist, whatever. Kill babies. He sucks. Kill babies. And that's why you're all doing an autopsy now. They don't really have a message going forward. This is the point. Underneath their messaging, which is their advertising, is communism. That's all that's underneath there. That's all it is. That's all they want to push. So it's not really how do we package up communism better? That's not going to work. You just tried your best to package up communism, and you got, inflation and billions of people coming across the border and all of that. They are probably, I disagree with them. One of the guys later in the clip says, "Oh, the losing party always seems to come back, and one or two cycles later." There's the thing, every single county in the United States, every single county, 6,000 whatever it is, all shifted to the right. That's stunning. That's off the charts kind of stuff. Blue states became considerably less blue. Red states became much more red. They're not. I'm happy that they're not plugging into that. They're making up stories in their minds to tell them, oh, we're going to come back and things are going to be good. It's kind of like Hitler in his bunker. Send out the 9th Army there and the 43rd Panzer Division there, and they're all going, Mein Führer, we don't actually have those. They haven't existed since they all got blown up in Stalingrad. That's what it's like listening to these guys' autopsies. They're not dealing in reality. Doesn't mean they're not going to cheat and lie and steal and murder and everything else that they can do, but they're not dealing in reality. And I think nothing has changed. That was election night, that clip we showed you. Here we are, whatever, month and 5 weeks later, nothing's changed. That's how they're still talking. It's the messaging. We didn't get our message across. No, you got your message across just fine, sweetheart. Thanks very much. Coming to you from Houston, Texas. Yeehaw! Gary Michael Voris. God love you.